Hi, you're listening to Book Chat with author Vivian E. Moore.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host.
Hello and welcome to Book Chat. I am your host, author Vivian E. Moore. I hope everyone had a great week and I hope you're having an even better weekend. All right, we're going to get straight to today's show. The title is The Next Level and the topic is upping the independent publisher game. Well, in the past, independent publishing was like a bad word in the mouth of authors who thought publishing under those terms was beneath them. But there's been a change in the atmosphere. Some self-published authors concluded that they no longer wanted to play the traditional publisher's game, and they upped the ante. They realized that not only could they do it, but also get a bigger slice of the pie, if not the whole pie. So one way for them to do that is to understand that they had to stay ahead of the curve because it was so essential, as the publishing world continues to evolve. So independent publishers knew that they were going to face challenges, but also opportunities that can define their success as the digital landscape shifts. Okay, so to thrive is crucial to take things to the next level, and that means elevate the independent publishing game. All right. So first of all, in order to do that, you have to understand the landscape. And independent publishers, they often operate in a space that requires creativity, innovation, and strategic thinking. Unlike traditional publishing houses, indies have the flexibility to experiment with all of the new formats, the niche genres, and then all of those emerging technologies. But this freedom also means that they must be adept at navigating market trends, audience expectations, and distribution channels. Woo, that's a lot, right? Well, first and foremost, after they have learned the landscape of all things, they need to embrace the technology. And independent authors have no issues with doing that because they know that it is one of the most significant ways to elevate your publishing game. And that's by embracing technology. Okay, use it to your advantage. And that means everything from digital platforms that allow for broader distribution to advanced tools that enhance the editing and design process. And we all know that technology is a game changer. All right. So independent publishers, they can now utilize AI for all of their market analysis. And then they can use those digital tools for seamless collaborations. And then they can also explore those new avenues like audiobooks and interactive ebooks to engage a broader audience. And, these things aren't only limited to traditional publishing now. Now that door has been kicked wide open for independent publishers as well. So the next thing that they need to do, and they realized this, was to build a strong brand. All right. So, in a crowded marketplace, branding is more important than ever. We've always known that. But for independent publishers, a strong brand is synonymous with credibility and quality. Okay. So, if you've been in this publishing game for a while, then, you knew about the vanity publishers back in the day that would pretty much publish anything, for a price. Well, it's not about that, because all of that has changed now. And so those independent publishers want to be known as serious writers and serious authors. So that means that everything that's involved with putting out a quality product, they have adapted to that, and they know that this is a must do. And so it also means that having a distinct visual identity and establishing a reputation for excellence. Okay, we've done that and more. So, whether it's through consistent editorial standards, those unique cover designs that we see out there, and also we need a healthy online presence. A well-crafted brand can set you apart from the competition. Okay? So the next thing that they discovered and utilized was leveraging community and networking, because we know how important networking is. Publishing is not just about the books that you produce, okay? It's also about the relationships you build. That, to me, is the most important thing. So networking with other industry professionals, and that means authors and even readers, they can open those doors to new opportunities. So, if you are into joining, those publishing associations and attending industry events, all of these are excellent ways to stay connected and informed. All right. And also, bringing your community on board, fostering a community around you and your publishing house is so crucial. Okay. And you can do this through newsletters and, of course, social media. And then you can have events that can create a loyal following of people who will support you and your growth. That is so important to have, all these people, family, friends, acquaintances in your corner, because, every little bit helps. And the next thing is expanding those distribution channels, or using those expanding distribution channels. So independent publishers, they have to think beyond traditional distribution methods to reach the next level, right? So, while physical bookstores, they will always be vital to the publishing industry, especially authors, but those digital platforms, they offer an extensive potential for expanding your reach. So, why not explore partnerships with online retailers? And you can also utilize the print-on-demand services as well. And that will help you to optimize for your international markets too. And that can really enhance your distribution strategy, okay? So now let's talk about the part where, it's getting a little bit more detailed, and that's investing in marketing and promotion. And I know that is one of the bigger issues with independent authors, is having the means to market and also to promote their work. But that goes along with being an independent publisher, meaning that you don't have those traditional publishers backing you, taking care of all of those things for you. They take care of it for you on the front end, but they're also, getting their cut on the back end. So with independent publishers, everything is coming out of pocket, unless, of course, you can get someone to sponsor you. So that would be a good thing to do too, if you could do that. But just keep in mind that if you invest in marketing and promotion, that is investing in your brand and investing in you as well as an author. Even the best books, they need visibility to succeed. And so one way for that to happen is to have that effective marketing and promotions, okay? Because they are so critical to the success of any publishing venture. And independent publishers, you should consider a mix of traditional and digital marketing tactics, from press releases and book tours to social media campaigns, and then those influencer partnerships. Creative promotional strategies, like book trailers, they are like limited time offers, but they can also generate that buzz that you need that can attract new readers. All right. So I think one of the most important things for any author, and that includes traditional and independent authors, is that continuous learning and adaptation. Because if you can't, when you stop learning things, then that means that's it. It's over. The jig is up. You can't do anything more. Learning for me is a continuous process. It's something that you do on a daily basis. And once you stop learning, like I said, that's it. Okay, the game is over. But also with that, you need to learn how to adapt, because that is also so crucial in staying, on the next level and taking it to the next and the next and the next, because you have to stay on top of all of the industry trends. And then you also have to be flexible in your adaptation, because that is so important. Because, the publishing world is constantly changing. And what works today, it might not work tomorrow. So, independent publishers, they should commit to continuous learning. And, whether through industry publications, online courses, or just getting into a mentorship program. But always, always, always be ready to pivot as needed. All right. So to just bind all of this up, taking independent publishing to the next level it's not just about scaling up. Okay. It's about being more imaginative and more agile and more innovative. You have to have all of these necessary ingredients to take it to the next level, and not just stay there, but continue to move up and up and up and up. Independent publishers can survive. We've been surviving for a while now, and we can thrive in this competitive publishing industry. If we follow all these guidelines, it's not hard, but it is challenging. Okay. And, use the technology that's available, and then build those brands, make them solid. Okay. And then, you can leverage networks. Leverage is good. And then you can expand your distribution, and then invest in marketing. I know. But, if you can go out and buy, $150 pair of shoes, or, a $200 purse, think of what you could have done if you just invested in yourself. Okay. And then always continue to learn, because that is so important as well, because the future of publishing, it is so bright. And the possibilities are endless for those willing to elevate their game. All right, folks, that is the show for this week. I hope that you found something useful. I hope that you will listen, like, and share. I appreciate you. I love you. I thank you so very much for downloading my show each and every week. And I just thank you, from the bottom of my heart. I thank you so very much. And like I always say, I always want to leave you on this note, to always tell the people who you care about the most how you feel about them today, because tomorrow is not promised. Today may be the only chance you get to say it. So on that note, I love you. I hope you love me back. And until the next time you hear my voice, God bless you and goodbye.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.